right, good morning. And today in class, we are just going to be reviewing the problems, same thing we did on Monday. So we are going to be practicing finding zeros and also just checking, is this a factor? Okay, so, oops, I don't want to do that right now. So is x plus 3 a factor of x to the fourth plus 2x to the third minus 4x plus 11? To check this, we are going to use synthetic division. So we set up our situation. X plus 3 is our factor, so we do the opposite, -3 out front. I put 1 for x to the fourth, 2 for x to the third. There is no x to the second. I have to put a 0. Then -4 for x and 11. The 1 drops down. Multiply, we get -3. We add straight down, get -1. Multiply, get 3. Add straight down, get 3. Multiply, get -9. Add straight down, -13. Multiply, we'll get 39, add straight down, and 50. So is that 0? No, which means this is not a factor. It is not 0. Now, I'd like you guys to try number 2 at home. If you weren't at school and didn't get this paper, you can find the PDF in our folder for today, which is the 27th of October. Okay. Now, number 3, if we have a situation like this, it says given the polynomial and one of its factors. So we know that one of these factors is x plus 1, which means one of the zeros has to be -1. So we already know one of our zeros. Now, in standard form here, this is degree 3, which means we will have 3 zeros. So we start with our leading coefficients. So 1x to the third, 3x to the second, -22x, and -24. Didn't have to put any zeros in because we just had x to the third, x to the second, x, and constant. Always start the same. We drop that 1, multiply, -1. Add straight down, we get 2. Multiply, it's -2. Add straight down, -24. We multiply, and we are going to get 24. We add straight down, and we get 0. Okay, that's good. That's what we want. That confirms that -1 is a 0. Now we factor this. And to factor it, let's write it. So it was degree 3. We did synthetic division, so it's depressed by 1 degree. So it'll be x to the second, 1x to the second, plus 2x minus 24. We factor that. It's going to be x plus 6, x minus 4, if you're not sure how I got that. 6 minus 4 gives us this 2. And 6 times -4 is -24. Okay, then we have our 2 things here. We would set each of those equal to 0, so our 2 zeros, -6 and 4. And those are my 3 zeros. So question 4 is the same process. This time they tell us the 0 is 5, so that's what we use outside. The final one I want to talk about, number 5, this one gets a little more interesting because it's an imaginary number there. So we already know one of our zeros. It is -5i. And we also know a second 0, which is 5i, the conjugate. So we look, x to the third, 1x to the third, minus 3x squared, plus 25, and minus 75. Okay, we have a -5i out here. The 1 drops. We multiply, -5i. Here's where it gets a little more interesting. Remember, those can't combine, so let's put it in the right order. -3 minus 5i. Now when we multiply here, we distribute. This -5i goes with both terms. So -5i times -3 would be 15i. -5i times -5i would be plus 25i squared. Hopefully you remember I squared is -1, so 25i squared is actually -25. Add straight down, and we're left with 15i. Multiply that by -5i, and that gives us -75i squared, which is the same as 75. So if we add straight down, we get 0, which is good. And once again, I could write this as x squared minus 3 minus 5i x plus 15i. That's really messy. Instead, let's use our other 0 we know, which is 5i. We'll do synthetic division one more time. So it still drops down the 1. Multiply, we get 5i here. Add straight down, 5i and -5i cancel, and we're left with -3. Multiply, We'll have negative 15i, add straight down, we get 0, which is good. Confirms it as well. Now, we started with x to the third. We depressed it 2 times. So this will now be just x minus 3. If we had that in parentheses, our answer is just 3. So that's the final 0. And right here is our answer. So if you didn't finish up the math or the delta math from the other day, make sure you get that done. Hope you guys have a great day. And if you have any questions, please reach out, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.